Welcome back everybody to another Dokkan battle video, and your eyes do not deceive you. It seems like the best opportunity has arrived. It's the Dokkan event boss rush. I figured when I was going through all these ones, why not go ahead and knock these ones out so I don't have to do each event individually. And it occurred to me, well actually let me back up. So Dokkan Rush 8. I'd done a bunch of the other ones prior to it. These were like early events. This was in the sequential order that they came out. So stage 8, so that would get us all the way from Future Gohan, and then we have all this content to go through, which is all the way to I think current game stuff. I see Videl in the middle section there, so maybe some time has passed, yada yada. Anyway, point is, I figured if we get all this stuff taken care of in this run here, we would be able to just knock out doing all the events individually, since they appear to be super duper simple. So this might be a perfect opportunity to not only get some Dragon Stones for me, but also give you guys some more content for each of these boss rushes. So we'll go ahead and tackle these ones, and then hopefully in the future I do not forget that I did these in this boss rush and repeat them again for their own little video. In fact, I do think I'm getting to the point where I might be actually catching up to the kind of more the gist of the events here on Dokkan. So if at any point during the next couple weeks you start to see me slow down with like new bosses to take on, is most likely I have either one, no characters to actually attend the battle with, or two, I mean there's just I've already done it already. Sorry, so something was a little distracting me for a second. But anyway, yeah, so it could be either one of those two, or it's just flat out I have no interest in doing the event, which is a very small, minor thing that might happen, but yeah. Other than that, hopefully this takes up a lot of the video space I would normally have scheduled out. Alright, so this is against Future Gohan, and I do believe these ones don't carry the medals. This is just flat out survive, you have limited amount of items, and if you lose, there is no continuing, so there's that. Alright, cool, so we got rid of him. Now he goes into his transform state. Okay, green, nice. Well, it won't really matter much to me. No links among these people. Okay, let me just float these, I'll float the other 21 out, and we should be a-okay. Let's see, by the way, as I've been playing all these rushes, there have been at no point where I felt any fear that I'd be losing for a game over. I'm really hoping that there's a good substantial amount of challenges does come pretty soon within these rushes. The only thing that really has been a problem for me is just, well, there's so many of these boss rushes that it's really hard for you to, you know, stay focused on it, because it can get a little boring. So hopefully by me talking and describing what's going on, or at least having some kind of conversation, we can at least not have our brains go quiet. This animation's kind of lazy though. I don't like it. It looks so cheap. But again, different time when that unit was made, so can I really be upset at it? I can be disappointed in it, I suppose. Look at that. Great crit. Oh, cool. We have second phase? This Gohan has two arms now. Okay, yeah, this Gohan, this is definitely before Arm Gate happened. where they had that era where they just were too afraid to have Gohan without an arm. Even though in the special that he's really heavily based on, he had no arm, which is what people remember him for. Oh nice, that's gonna do what, 100 damage? 99 damage? Oh, 2000 damage, okay. Getting some serious damage multipliers up in here. Anyway, but yeah, so there was like this many games where they just had no arm. I mean, they had two arms of him, even though he shouldn't have had any. Mainly for some weird level of censoring. I'm not sure if it was a video game censoring thing, or it was just, wow, another phase. Or if it was just some kind of like internal Bandai thing, or they were just following orders from the higher ups. Wow, these guys have no links here either. But yeah, so there's that entire bit, and now we're getting these characters, these future Gohan characters with no arm. It's like, wow, it's a big deal, big deal. Oh, what's going on here? Ooh, right into the building. Yeah, that's decent enough. Wow, 11 damage. You made 21 angry. Anyway, but yeah, so the whole thing with Gohan having no arm is now just like, it's this new novelty. that everyone just eating up. It's like, oh man, he has no arm in this one. It's anime accurate, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm liking it. And I think Dokkan recently just did that, and then I think the first time I remember seeing it specifically was when Dragon Ball Legends had him with no arm, because it was like, to me, I think that was like my first exposure out of a long time of them not having him with only one arm, just one arm at all. And to me, it's like, wow, it took him this long just to go ahead and say that's approved. I would really like to know the reasoning why for many years they were kind of afraid to have the one-armed Gohan. Oh well. Now moving on, we got Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. What to really say on this guy? I guess I can speak a little bit personally on this one. I am in the popular camp where I do like how Goku looks, especially Vegeta as well, in the Super Saiyan 4. In fact, Super Saiyan 4, the transformation in general, is awesome and cool to look at. The effects, the aura, the everything about him. Yeah, I love the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. It's just unfortunate that GT does live up to the anti-hype, which is it sucks. It's not a good show. And I tried watching it earlier, just a couple episodes, and then I realized, man, that first arc, snoozer. Second arc, things started to get interesting, and then it kind of fell apart when they promised you something grand, which was what the everyone who all the bad guys coming back and then being dusted off with the Super 17, which Super 17 felt so contrived and out of nowhere. It was actually pretty sad how they ended 17 that way, and treated Krillin like, man, I know Explodes might try to defend the whole relationship with him and 18, but man, it almost felt like Krillin was just kind of at the end of the day had the ultimate own. Is like, well, his wife doesn't really respect him, his daughter doesn't really respect him, and it's like, wow, if it wasn't for that little shred of scene where 18's trying to stop 17 from killing everybody, I would have really thought, man, 18 really didn't actually love her husband. But that's more of a personal nitpick of mine. Ooh, wow, okay, we're dealing with the entire GT group here. This is to insinuate the whole thing with Omega Shenron, because that was all them fighting together to like stall for Goku to make that universal spirit bomb. Oh well. Okay, well, there you go. Ooh, nice dodge. Ooh, nice dodge. Ooh, nice dodge. Almost like Videl didn't get attacked at all. Alright, get rid of Oob. Is that one shot? Oh, yeah, it's one shot. Alright, next one. Who's next? Alright, Gohan, get out of here. Thank you. Who's next? Okay. Anyway, but yeah, so GT as a whole for me specifically did not like the show. I did watch it all the way through the very first time. And it's not me just being like, you didn't give it a chance because you only watch clips. No, I watched the entire thing. And to this day, it's one of those things I just don't revisit. Super has done some very questionable things in its run. I will say Goku Black Arc, because Goku Black Arc to this day is is an arc that I originally enjoyed when we were not aware of the entire picture, and then it quickly, in an instant, just like Zeno erasing the entire future universe, dissipated my enjoyment of that entire arc just because of how it ended. I do not like how they just flat out killed everyone, which invalidates the entirety of the Cell arc, because you have nothing really to protect to begin with. Your life is now gone. That was the entire purpose of getting rid of Android 1718 from the future, is to make sure humanity had a chance. And then here comes Zamasu, essentially becoming the universe out of weird contrived reasonings. and there you go. Now Zeno just erased it all. And yeah, your efforts are now in vain, future Gohan. Good segue going back to him. But yeah, it's not it's I think probably the weakest arc if you don't count the movie retellings. Oh, look at that! Look at those awesome dodges. Oh, is this super full power Saiyan 4? Goku. He has the red aura around him. There you go. That red line around him. Not a problem for Vidal. She's taking absolutely no damage. And then the duo girls are probably going to do some really disgusting looking damage. I say disgusting in a negative way towards them because type advantage. Oh, okay. One more super? There we go, okay. That should be able to finish off Goku. But yeah, Goku Black Arc, do not like it. Did not like it at how it ended, and it's gonna be very hard for me to go back to it without complaining about the decisions they made and how they handle things. From a lore aspect too. Like, just imagine you follow these characters for years, and then halfway through it, you're like, well, you know what? They all died. It's like, okay, that was a cool way for me to enjoy the journey of seeing these characters, their hopes and aspirations, just for you to kill them off. The fact that Trunks, there was the one thing they could have salvaged from that was adding future Trunks and Mai to the main cast in the present. No, they had to be doppelgangers in a different future. That was also another stupid thing. Did not like that whatsoever. Anyway, go do your little spin, your little Team Rocket flying again animation. All right, we're gonna get a crit here with 21. Let's see, a crit. Wow, didn't even need a crit. Just hitting that hard. Now, speaking of 21, in terms of like the show itself, I am very interested to see what they do with this character going forward, because as one of my guild members has very very commonly referred to 21 as Vami, which I will say I'm not in the agreement that 21 should be named Vami. I think Vami is the name of the original human who 21 is based on. It's like 16 is not the whatever son. He's based on the son of Jiro, right? But his name was not the same as the son. It was just Android 16. Now you can kind of get away with calling Lapis and Lazuli their actual names, but they chose to be named under their numbers, so that's why 17 and 18 are pretty cool with. Oh wow, are pretty cool with the naming stuff that they had. But with 21 specifically, nowhere in Fighter Z did they actually call her that. And of course, it was a video game at the time. They didn't expect the character to blow up as much. But, you know, I don't think they're going to be going under that naming scheme with the, whatchamacallit, calling her Vami at all. Maybe they might reference it, but I don't think they're going to directly call her that if they decide to officially bring in Android 21 into the main canon. Because as far as we know, Vami, the human that it's based on, is canon, but we don't know if 21 will be canon. Video games don't necessarily dictate the main narrative in the story going forward, at least as far as I'm aware. So where was I getting on with this? Oh yeah, so if they just do decide to bring 21 into the main canon, I wouldn't be upset about it. I just hope they handle it better than they did in the video game, which is I think it's safe to say it's not going to happen. And let me just clarify what I mean by that. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think due to the nature of them not having to focus on gameplay, you are going to end up having a better story for it, and instead of whatever mess that was Fighter Z. Fighter Z is a great fighting game, but the story really falls apart real fast when you start to look at the contrivances they had in order to make these characters interact. But you know, it's a video game based on an anime, which is already whacking zany enough as it is. Is Vidal gonna do a crit? Oh, she don't need a crit. There we go. And does 17. But yeah, I would really love to see this character better fleshed out. All she really is she's essentially Majin Buu, but really into candy war. That's just really what it is. Like the kinky stuff, honestly. That's just that is that character's niche for the fan base, is that she is that kinky villain that people want to be stepped on. Oh, this is the Goku that we just fought in the earlier part. So good thing I'm doing this now. Good thing we're doing this now. Okay. Hopefully we don't die from this because I'm putting a free unit in the front. But anyway, yeah. So 2021. I really hope they do more with the character, just in general. That she ends up being Don't kill her off. Okay, have a Majin that is nice, like 21, and do something cool with her. Just do something cool with her, or you know what? Make her like an assist character, unlike Boo, where they're too afraid to use Boo because he's so broken inherently. 21, just make her stuff that Boo did, was like using his body to like wrap people around like donuts or whatever. Why not have like a Majin fusion thing where instead of her absorbing people, she like puts herself on people, and you have like an extra layer of like Majin armor. And stuff like that could be, you know, cool if they did it right, or like expressed it pretty good. I don't know. That's just me rambling a bit, but the idea that they had in Fighter Z was they nailed it with having two different versions of the character, so that way you can kind of like, oh, you have for this catering audience, and then you have this other catering audience. Obviously, I'm more into hero characters than anything, so having recurring like Good 21, the good-natured, soft-spoken, but also very dangerous, combative fighter is always like a plus for me when it comes to these kind of like battle anime stuff. But knowing me and a bunch of other people who want things, Akira Toriyama and the entire writing staff board are going to probably do the exact opposite, and probably both at the same time make us feel good and also make us feel really upset with the decisions they made. Alright, Super Saiyan 3 Goku time. Let's go. Alright, so we pretty much seen this bit, but now we're in whatever this astral space is. So let's just go finish things up with this 21. I think this is the last battle too, right? Yeah, this definitely has to be the last battle for this gauntlet. Oh, and by the way, in case you guys were here for the earlier parts when I was talking about having very limited video capacity, we're about 17 minutes in, and it's way more than 16 minutes that I stated earlier. Turns out, the only reason why I was having internal memory storage problems was because of my movie maker on my phone. It apparently hogged so much space, it caused my phone to reach max capacity. And to this day, I had no idea what it possibly could be holding in there that was making my phone just kind of like chug along. So, quick story on that. The main reason I found out was I had like 99% storage used up on my phone. I was like, okay, I have music on here. I'm not going to get rid of that. I'll start deleting apps I don't need, because at this point, I just want to have the phone usable, so that way I can, do what I'm doing here, and wait for me to buy a new phone with more memory. So I thought to myself, okay, I'll just port the videos onto my laptop, and then I'll edit them there. You guys know me on my main channel. I don't normally edit my videos at all, because of how much, how little time I have to just dedicate to YouTube videos. So just uploading the raw videos is good enough for me. When it comes to these shorter form stuff like the Dokkan, it gives me a little bit more freedom to do that, because they're shorter and I don't have to be editing stupid stuff that Jose says out. So there's that. But then one of the apps I was heavily considering deleting was the movie maker on my phone. And I was like, okay, I'll delete that. Then I went to go see my memory storage. Ooh, that's cool. What is it? What is this one? Grudgeless. Oh, this is against Frieza, the Golden Frieza strike. Oh wow, knocked her out. Stunned her. Anyway, but yeah, so I deleted that, and I went from 99% to, get this, 26% internal memory. I was like, what? That one app took up so much space. It was like a I don't know, a memory demon or something, because it took so much, and it didn't even show that app was doing that when I was looking through the files. Normally you'd be like, oh, this app is taking such and such gigs of memory. And I was like, what could it be? And I guess that was the main reason for it. So going forward, I'm not even going to bother doing any movie making stuff on my phone anymore, just because I'm afraid that whatever type of projects that I do, and bear in mind, I want to make this very clear, every single time I worked on a video, I would delete it, knowing full well I did not want to reach or cap out on space. So that as well did not give me any red flags for why one single app would be hogging so much memory. Okay, so freeze is our last one here. Okay, cool. We can work on that one. But yeah, so to me, it just kind of came out of nowhere. So now you guys will see, we're already about 20 minutes in here. A video length for these phone stuff if I choose to do anything further than that, which might happen for my Legends content as opposed to these Dokkan ones. Well, these next Dokkan videos are most likely going to be super long because we're doing these rush modes, but that won't be a problem where I'm going to be cut off halfway through like that one 21 video I did. So, there's that. Anyway, yeah, we're at Frieza now. I'm gonna assume this is the Frieza that bopped me in the head the other day. Let's see. I just hear that knee, the knee of justice. Sounds like a pan being hit. Thunk. All right, cool. We're going through all the forms of Frieza in this one, huh? Okay, that's very cute. Let's see. Can we get the heroes of justice in the house? Okay, cool. We might actually get an ultimate. Yeah, barely getting an ultimate. I did get was it Supreme Kai Thick all the way maxed out on Super and EZA. But the only problem at this point now is getting copies for her, which is not going to be something you can easily do in at this point in the game. It's probably going to be in her own dedicated whatchamacallit, her own dedicated poll, or not poll, banner for Dragon Ball Heroes. So it's going to be some time before I can actually properly show this that character off on Videl's team, because Videl is her team setup has the girls and the was it Defender of Justice category, and for some odd reason the Gohan and Videl units, they don't have Peppy Girls on there. So if I'm trying to run the 21 as leader slot, you're not going to end up getting any benefits from the Gohan Videl stuff. So that's why I just decided to do double Videl here, which sure, percentage technically is the same as 21's, but it allows you to play with the Gohan unit here and then with the Supreme Kai Thick as well, because she has the Defenders of Justice category as one of the options for her. So that works out, I guess, but definitely with 21, for some reason, every single time 21 comes out in any of these games, she always does best when she's paired up with, get this, other 21s. And I guess the very off chance that she's buddied up with 18, they'll share like the most amount of links or the most amount of synergy. But it really does kind of make it boring when you want to have some variety, when it's like, okay, we want to have a girls team, but very more varied and full of different options instead of just the same 21. And that was like the same thing that happened with Dragon Ball Legends when one of the good 21s came out. You were running triple 21, and I was like, okay, you can't run 21 with a completely different character set. But that's just me. I don't like having it may be optimal, I guess, but I don't like having to be forced to use said characters because that is the only option. And if you use anything else, you're not gonna have fun. That's the unfortunate truth of most of these min-max games. Oh, this is the Frieza from the other side. There we go. Booyah! Well, Videl's able to take it. Unlike before, she doesn't get stunned. There you go. Also, it's good to know that they decided to make it canon that she's wearing black underneath her a black bodysuit right underneath that white giant shirt. That's cool, I guess. All right, this most likely won't kill Frieza. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. Heavily underestimating how much super attack power that 20 has, but whatever. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna do it for us here. Dokkan event boss rush number 8 in the bag. That's about 24 minutes worth of fun and talking over most of, I would definitely say, just brain dead battle. I wasn't really paying attention to positioning more often than not. So yeah, there we go. Okay, that's gonna open up 9. We will tackle up 9 next time in the next video. So see you guys then. Bye bye.